A few days ago, I got my hands on the brand new Ironglass Air Lenses, and I was really curious to test out these lenses because number one, they fit on my Ronin 4D, and number two, it is because I have a really good experience with other Ironglass lenses. I pretty much tested all of their lineup, and I was really curious to see how much Ironglass can improve even after they did a perfected lens. Like, they even did lenses for Dune Part 2, which is absolutely insane, and I even got to test these lenses, which were absolutely mind-blowing. Now, if you don't know, Ironglass is pretty much a rehouse lens company. So what they do, they basically rehouse old Soviet lenses, but recently they started rehousing more than that. They started rehousing Canon FD or other lenses that people really used in terms of like vintage. And what they did now is basically they perfected this Ironglass Air lenses, basically the shell of the lens to work with FD, with the Soviet lenses, or with other lenses on the market. So they did this Air lenses basically to incorporate pretty much any vintage lens you can think of into this, which is absolutely insane. Like, I think even the Zeiss Jena and other like very like famous vintage lenses. So the lenses that I got my hands on were three lenses, were the 37, the 58, which is basically the Helios 44-2, and the 85. Now, I had these lenses in the version 1 and version 2 before. I tested them, and the footage I got with them was absolutely insane. But I feel like with this new set of lenses, there is something even more special. I don't know if it's because I tested it with the Ronin 4D in ProRes RAW, which is a codec I haven't shot until now. So this is another thing that I'm also very excited, because DaVinci Resolve just updated their software, and now it supports ProRes RAW. So now, not only I'm excited to test these lenses, but I'm also excited to see how ProRes RAW color grades and how it feels on the Ronin 4D. So basically, I'm testing out two new things that I'm really excited. So first thing that I tested was in the garden. I did some shots with my son and my wife, and I realized how good the image looks. It is insane. Like, with a simple color grade, you can basically make your footage look like a film. It is so easy to make the film look with these lenses. Is absolutely insane, and the way they flare and the way these lenses look, you can immediately tell that it is something different. Not only that, they fit perfectly on the Ronin 4D, and because they have the focus thread a little bit wider and the aperture thread as well, it's so easy to balance them on the Ronin 4D and to put the focus whatever you want. So overall, I was really impressed. Now, one thing that I was not impressed was how bad the autofocus works with the LiDAR system on the Ronin 4D. I got used so good with the Nikon ZR autofocus and with the Sony FX3 autofocus that whenever I'm shooting with the Ronin 4D, it feels like I'm going back in time in terms of like autofocusing performance. It is really bad. So I lost a lot of good and valuable shots because of the poor autofocus, but even so, there are some shots that I've selected. I shot this in 8K 60 frames per second, which is insane. But yeah, these lenses look absolutely amazing. Like, I also wanted to say that I feel like the 37 was focusing really good on the Ronin 4D, but as soon as I was going like to 50, it was getting harder and harder. And on the 85, I don't even want to talk about it, because there is not enough 85 footage because the autofocus worked that bad. Now, one thing that I want to talk about, it is the fact that I also shot a motorcycle commercial with these lenses. And because the autofocus worked so bad, and because we didn't have enough time, like the sun was going down super fast, I had so many missed shots. Like I was saying, yeah, the lenses look amazing, the camera footage looks amazing, but the only thing that's bad is the autofocus. So if you guys know a hack for the Ronin 4D to make the autofocus better, I would highly appreciate it. But what is in focus looks insane. Like, I was really impressed on the quality and how it looks and the flaring, and like I said, the lens quality is, you can feel that these lenses feel super premium and absolutely like solid. And And to be honest, if I had these lenses when I shot my previous film, if you don't know, I shot a full feature film last summer, last March basically, and it just got released this year and it went into cinemas. And if I had these lenses back then, and if I were to shoot the movie with these lenses, I would definitely do it because it looks so freaking good and it looks so much different. And talking about film, I want to give you guys a really cool information. Basically right now, Artlist is doing a really insane contest. So if you like movies, or if you want to make your own movie, but you don't have the camera, you don't have the lenses, the lights, or even the budget, now you can make your film trailer using Artlist Studio, upload your film trailer onto Instagram or whatever platform you want, and also on Artlist. And you basically have to tag them and go through the rules list. I'm not gonna go through that, but you can find the link in my description. And if you make your trailer with Artlist Studio, and if Artlist likes what you did, and if the trailer is super epic, you can win the chance to get $100,000 to make your own film, which is absolutely insane. Like, imagine on how crazy this opportunity is. And all you gotta do is go into Artlist Studio and generate basically the trailer of your own movie using AI. So you get to practice AI, you get to have fun with AI, and you also get to participate at a contest that gives you the chance to win $100,000 to make your vision a reality. Now, going back to our video and these amazing lenses, I really wanted to see what you guys think about these. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about the quality, the characteristics, and everything coming out of these lenses? And not only these lenses, the Ronin 4D footage, because like when I shot like my previous film, I shot it in ProRes 422, and I really wanted to have ProRes RAW, but it was not supported in DaVinci Resolve, and I had to color grade the film and everything. So now that I look at the footage, I'm so like, oh my God, I wish I shot in ProRes RAW because it looks insane. And when it comes to like space, like how much ProRes 422 consumes over ProRes RAW, it's a very small difference. So it's nice to see that the camera kind of evolved. For me personally, it had ProRes RAW since I got it, but now that I have it available in DaVinci Resolve, I feel like I have a new camera, which is insane. And talking about cameras, I want to show you something really insane. So I know I showed you these lenses, which are vintage, rehoused, and they're absolutely amazing. Let me show you what I'm preparing to shoot with next. Just look at this. This right here is a T1.0 cinema lens, and I'm working on making a review about this, which is absolutely insane. This is a 35mm. Look how big it is. Look how big it is near my head. It is insane. Like, oh my God. And it's also heavy, but it is by far the most usable T1.0 lens I have ever tested. So make sure to subscribe to see the video about that, because I'm gonna post it in a bit. So until next time, I'm Alexander Don, and thanks a lot for watching. Peace.